Surviving Alzheimer's with Friends, Facebook, and a really big glass of wine. And Dayna is here. Welcome, Dayna.
Thank you. I love that everybody gets that last part of
yeah, a really
you have
big,
to read it that way, a really big glass of wine.
And we say it's a book. It's not just a book. It's your life story. You lived this with your mother.
It is. I chronicled my journey with mom and her Alzheimer's on Facebook. It started really as a chicken's way out of letting people know she had it, because I didn't want to say 100 times, Mom has Alzheimer's. I didn't think I could do it.
And it was probably also a way for you to sort of release what was going on inside.
Unbelievably cathartic. I was on the radio for a long time, thus the picture of Garth behind us.
Yes, that's our Garth Kemp.
So, yes, he was Garth Hemp in the 80s. And we were on the radio together. But, you know, I found that there was a lot of dark humor, and I thought maybe something was wrong with me, so I would post these stories. And not only would people laugh with me, they would then give me their stories. So, yeah, it was a very cathartic way to deal with it. And then I realized I was creating a community. It was like my own support group, and it was helping other people.
And the reactions must have encouraged you that maybe there's something more I need to explore here, and thus comes the book.
And we decided, about 2 years in, I decided I wanted it to be a book, because people kept saying, I wish you would compile all of this. And I went back to compile it and realized I couldn't live it and relive it at the same time. It was just too hard. So my co-author, Heather, happened to be another mom in the neighborhood who said, you know, I'm an empty nester, got anything for me to do? And I said, yeah, go back and see if you can find everything I posted about Mom since the beginning of her diagnosis, and thus the book. So the first half is all the Facebook posts and not all the comments. You don't have to wait. We've tried to put the stuff that was just either funny or insightful or helpful. And then the other half of the book is everything I wish I had known. What questions to ask, the assisted living options, the stages, everything, because I'm a fairly well-read, well-traveled woman, but I didn't know where to begin.
Yeah, there's no instruction manual, and you kind of put it all together, as you said, from diagnosis to her death. And you get some expert opinions to tell people what to expect, and really just it's like talking to a girlfriend.
And that's what I wanted it to be, because I had so many people that reached out to help me, and I wanted to help people. Not a week goes by now that I don't get a phone call from either a friend or a complete stranger. The flight attendant on the flight yesterday from Houston cornered me in the back of the plane and had questions about her dad, and everybody asked basically the same thing. Where do I start? What do I do? And the way I answer that is by communicating with your loved one and everyone around you. What do you want? Where do you want to stay? How do you want to be cared for? Do we have any money? We don't have money. How are we going to do it? Ask all these questions and communicate as soon as you can.
Yeah, those first few years, or sometimes months for some people, are treasured moments. And I love that you managed to take the reader on this journey where, yes, there are tears, but there's also a lot of humor. And Alzheimer's disease, as sad and debilitating as it is, there are these moments of light.
You have to laugh, or you would be crying all the time. There was one story that somebody told that I thought was so sweet about Ronald Reagan. And he would get up every morning and he would sweep all the, I guess he would get all the leaves out of the pool. And then he would go in and have lunch and his nap. And while he was doing that, the Secret Service would put all the leaves back in the pool. And then when he would wake up from his nap, he would go do. So I thought that was a sweet story. And one of my favorite stories from the book, and it may be more Texas-centric, but it was, there's a fast food restaurant that if you dress up as a cow once a year, you get a free lunch. So they took all these people from the assisted living, and one fell, and the rest of them fell. And I made sure there was no broken hips or anything before I posted this, but I had to call it cow tipping, because it's just what it was, and it made me laugh. And the first time my mom said, I said, my middle name is Frances. She goes, that's my name. And I said, I know, I'm named after you. She goes, you are? Why? And I said, because I'm your daughter. And she goes, prove it. And I started laughing. I mean, it should have been.
That's the light that we talk about,
but I'm like,
humor.
I took her to a mirror and I said, look at us. You know, I look like you. So you have to find those things and you have to talk about it. I feel
And
so sad for Gene Wilder's family.
Yeah, you
but
talk
they
about
kept it
everything.
secret. They kept it
He
secret.
said he didn't want another smile
Yeah.
lost in the world. So beautiful stories. They're all in the book, Dayna. Thank you so much.